Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, no, the Zaya Savez. But anyways, before I even get into the topic that I wanted to cover, which will be kind of funny, but anyways, shout out to all the homies from Eastside Rivas and all the homies from Westside Rivas. I know one of you asked me for a shout out for your side, but I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it clean all the way across the board since I've been busted with Vato from both sides. Shouts out to Beaumont, Banning, and the homies from Salinas Valley, and last but not least, shouts out to all the homies from Colorado, to all my solid ones. Anyways, I'm back up in this bitch. Tu sabes. Yeah, I just wanted to cover one thing in particular. I wasn't even supposed to make a video today. It was supposed to be tomorrow about something totally different. But, I mean, come on. A lot of people have been asking me about this shit. It says Vato 6'9" and this racketeering charge. I was just, it's funny. I knew this Vato was going to go down that route. I knew he was going to eventually get busted because he was doing too much of this shit right here. All that shit that was happening in his camp and shit. And, I ain't with that gossip shit, but I mean, you kind of, when you've been there and done that and you see Vato's maneuver and then get cracked for bullshit, you knew this Vato was gonna wreck eventually. All the antics coming to Los Angeles and going to Texas and all these other spots and be like, ain't nobody testing my gangster. That's some funny shit. Cause right now, that Vato finna get his gangster tested. You know what I mean? And for the ones that have been busted and know what's up, he about to get his gangster tested, because now it's gonna come down to, is he gonna stay solid or he's gonna snitch? Because at the end of the day, this Vato's making millions, so it's gonna come down as, am I gonna give up my millions in order to keep it gangster when I wasn't really a blood anyway? Because this dude wasn't no blood. This dude was a rainbow haired kid that got caught up in the lifestyle and wanted to be something that he wasn't. You know what I mean? And now this shit is poking him in his ass, and if he don't get his shit kicked out or make some type of deal, his ass is fucked. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be a lot of cats that he angered in his city and around that are going to want his head. You know what I mean? And without his shoddy dude to, get his back. And look at this dude dropped. I know this is, I'm ranting right now, but it's just, I don't even want to laugh at the fool, but I'm laughing at him because to me, he still had that sex charge on him, so he was trash off the back. So if anybody feels some type of way about it, look, at the end of the day, look, we all entitled to our own opinion. De Vato Vasura. Soon as he got that charge, he became Vasura. Once you get found guilty for it, you can't clean that up. So save that shit. But let's get back into the story. But look at. When I was watching The Breakfast Club, I seen, when you see the fear in somebody's eye, when you go on the trial, you see a motherfucker want to snitch on you, you see it. Devonta was fucking all that, usually he's rah-rah, but when he was on The Breakfast Club, this time he was calm. He was trying to separate himself from them. He was trying to distance himself by a lot. You could see it in his face, his demeanor. Don't believe me? Go look at his second interview on The Breakfast Club. Look at his face. For the real motherfuckers that know what's up, you're going to see it in his face. He wants to break. If this Vato rides this charge, I'll be surprised. They were already saying that this fool was fucking with the feds. I don't know nothing about that, so I can't really put that out there in the ether like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if the Vato had any connections to the feds. I just know in his interview, he said one thing. He ain't scared of nobody, no nothing. But he was afraid of the fucking feds. And what happened? The feds fucking snatched these fools up. So, it's coincidental. And like I said, I don't want to push shit out there in the ether. But now it's going to come down to, is he really about what he said he was? This Treyway that. All this fucking rah-rah shit. Or I've been to LA. I do what I fucking want. He was... See... That's what happened. That's why I be trying to tell the homies that, if that really might not be about that life. This is what I be talking about when I try to deter them. I can't tell the motherfucker not to get in the gang. I would never say it. All I can say is if you're really about that life and you want to get into it, then, be the best gangster you can be. There's nobody that can deter that. For the people that be like, oh, you should tell people not to get in gangs. I can tell them all day. I can talk until my fucking lungs blue. It don't mean that they're going to listen to me. At the end of the day, when you're young and you're turned up, you're going to do whatever the hell you want and can't no older about to tell you nothing. You might heed some of his warnings and do shit a little different in order not to get caught up. But me telling a homie, hey, don't gangbang, he's gonna look at me like, hold on, how many motherfuckers have you shot and got busted for? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's public knowledge on my cases. So it's like, Yeah, well, there's not too much I can tell them. All I can do is try to basically finesse him, and not finesse him out his pocket, but finesse him into a situation to play on his strongest fucking I say abilities, but basically to play on what he's good at. You know, if the Water can play basketball, hey, push that, you know, encourage him to go that route. There's lots on my channel that talk about music, encourage them to go that route. Because at the end of the day, look it, I ain't gonna go no further into that. I'm just gonna say I knew this shit was gonna happen with Tekashi. I could see just from the separation, he knew that he was never about that life, and he started to see that shit has got real. I knew soon as he said fuck them dudes from Treyway that he was a goner. I knew he was a done deal. And now when his ass go to prison, he ain't got nobody to protect him, because for one, you ain't fucking with the Mexicanos. For two, you ain't fucking with the Boricuas. And the blacks, it's like, I mean, I don't know where you gonna fit in right there, but I mean, you might. East Coast is different, but you did say a lot of shit about your city and how you was the king of New York. Now you got to go in there and prove that shit. You and that dude Shotty, and this ain't nothing against Shotty, you know, but he did say that prison ain't for him. He's like, oh, I can't do prison. That shit is not for me. And he's smart, because at the end of the day, who in the fuck really wants to be in prison anymore? Shit has changed. A lot of shit has changed. And when you're making that type of chips, oh, you really don't want to get busted. You know what I mean? But I know I'm like going all over the place, but it's just funny. Like I said, you know, what I really wanted to make the point is, now that this fucking idiot got busted, he actually opened up a door. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the lots that may not see it, I'm gonna try to paint this picture. See, like Eminem, when he came into the game, you know, they only let like one white guy add in at one white guy in at a time. Sorry about that. But after a while, a lot of white dudes start getting into the rap game. It became more open. Whites seen that they could push them in and get them somewhat of the same notoriety as Eminem, but they couldn't. That dude is just a beast all the way across the board. But he opened up the door for them. I know I'm stuttering Spence out, but he opened up the door for them. This fool 6ix9ine may have been a fucking trash bag as far as his charge. You know what I mean? Not the racketeering, that's some gangster shit, but as far as like that little sexual shit, he may have been a trash bag for that, but he actually opened the fucking door for you, Walters, because, I mean, to keep it honest, that Walters music was all over the place, you know what I mean? But motherfuckers were feeling him. At the end of the day, they still seen him as a Hispanic, as a Mexicano, as half Boricua. He just used the N-word, you know what I mean? Because in New York, that's just how it is. That's how they get down, you know? West Coast, you know, a lot of cats is different, but now, you know, times have changed. People pushing whatever the fuck they say what they want. But at the end of the day, this cat really opened up the door. He opened up the door for other Mexicanos that might have spit to come in and try to get that crown. You may not do the same music he does, but he just opened it up for you to get that opportunity. Now, before Mexicanos had a stigmatism, nobody fucking with him. You were getting your feja on the low, you know what I mean? And like in little panaderias and, you know, certain shit, you know, where they sell like, you know, Mexicano albums, you know, like, but they had mariachi, they had fucking banda, they had everything, you know, salsa, merengue, they had all that shit, you know what I mean? And you were on that rack. But now, with this fucking lane getting busted and the fact that he gave he blew that the Latino shit up so much, he opened up opportunities. Now you can capitalize on it. For all the young homies that be out there spitting and really doing their thing, if you got skills and shit, this is your opportunity to really get in there and seize the moment. And this is the moment to be seized, because this dude is done for. Even if he becomes a bitch and snitches, he's still done for. Nobody fucking with that cat. Like, if he snitches, he's done. If he don't snitch, he's done. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like he opened that one little door, and Walter might be like, he didn't open no shit. Yeah, he did. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, still fucking Mexicano. This motherfucker was doing shit with like other Puerto Ricans with that the trap Latino and all that shit. That's another market motherfuckers don't capitalize on. All I'm saying, look it, like I said, this video was just basically all over the place, but I just wanted to just make that key point. I know I went in a little bit on the Vato 6ix9ine. Look, at the end of the day, he had a sex charge. So in my eyes, the dude is basura. I don't give a fuck how nobody see it. And like that little trash bag that be on my channel with the 6ix9ine shit, like he got the little face. You're trash too, because you basically backed the fucking Chester puto. But like I said, let me not go into the negative. It's all positive, you know what I mean? It's just little weirdos like that come on and just kind of trigger me. But for the most part, I'm just gonna say this: with this Vato out, there's an opening, and that's how it starts. One in at a time to seize that crown. You got the chance. He didn't have no lyrics. East Coast started the rap shit. He didn't have that East Coast flow. He didn't have that. He still had his lane though, and that's the thing. Everybody's trying to place yourself in a certain category. You no longer have to do that. You can get out there and really get in there with the music the way you feel it. Kanye, a lot of people used to shut that little weirdo down. Now he's still a weirdo, but they used to shut the little weirdo down. In Chicago, they weren't fucking with that dude when he would come in to try to get in the cypher. Like, I mean, just do the history on this cat. They weren't fucking with him. But look, he made his own lane. Now the same motherfuckers that said fuck him was trying to get in his lane. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So for the homies that got spit, Mexicanos, Boricuas, whatever, anybody that got spit, you trying to do it, it's your time. Especially if you're a Latino. There's an opening when he gets busted. He got busted. It's an opening, you know what I mean? And now it's time for somebody to try to slip in there and take that shit. If you with the turn up music and you like that wild shit, fucking do it. They gonna be looking for a replacement, and you might just be that replacement. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, and this is just on some fucking straight factual shit. If you get that type of money, don't do the same shit he did. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in that life and want to be something bigger than you are. Just be that regular camarada, be that regular dude, whether you was gangbanging or not. Look, once you start getting this, it's okay, you get a couple of thousand. Once you start getting the millions, you got to really pay attention to who you associate with. You can't just associate with any fucking vagabundo. That's like me being on the streets with no money and you come and you got millions. That's temptation. My loyalty has always been there, so you ain't really had to worry about me. But there's about to take your life over there. You gotta look at this. What I would do with that much money, and I know this is different in the story, but if I had that type of money and I still had homies that live in that life, I'll go ahead and brush them, kick them off what they got coming. You know what I'm saying? Put some money in the hood. Whatever they do with it, that's them. I still have no ties to that. This is where this idiot's fucking up. You give them the money, you still want money back from whatever they're doing. You don't do that. That's not smart. You know what I'm saying? And look at it. This author was just boasting. But I'm telling you, look at. Go on the Breakfast Club. Look at his last fucking interview with the authors. Look how humble he got. He was talking more about rap and less about beef and how he wanted to separate himself. He kicked all them to the curb. This fool knew. He been knowing these motherfuckers are running his pocket, but he didn't care. He just ain't keeping it real. He knew the motherfuckers running his fucking pocket. Like, here, get in this shit, lame, puto, whatever. Give me this shit. You know what I mean? But he had them protecting him. You know what I mean? But then when he started to see that these ones were sliding back up off him, that's when he lost. He got disenchanted. And also, I know he probably knew what was coming with all this shit. Feds in front of his house and all that shit. He knew what was coming, dude. Like, and I'm not saying that he was doing any telling and shit. If I ain't got no paperwork, I don't put shit out there in the ether like that. You know what I mean? But, and plus, it's not on me. He's not a Southsider. He's not a Sureño. It's like, that dude is on his own pace. So, and now he got to lay in the fucking shit that he laid. You know what I mean? You got to lay in that bed, 6ix9ine. That's fucking crazy, dude. Like, you have millions and you fucked it off just to be a dumbass. Something that you knew you weren't. You still try to be. You weren't a gangster. You know what I'm saying? You could have had millions and just hung around gangster, but you wanted to be, you know, this and that. That fool, like, let me just get off that. Spencer, homies, not to go on no rant, you know, like I said, I try to keep the page as positive as possible. But I just, you know, I'm just tripping off this Vato, and now that he just fucked off. But I just really wanted to put it out there that the Vatos that got spit, get up in there, man. Like, this is your chance. You know what I mean? This is your chance. And to the homie from Coachella that's passing out, that gave his next door neighbor the turkey and shit, you know, because they didn't have nothing. Hey, homie, that's a real motherfucker. And much respect. And I'm your boy Zod, and I'm out.